Do you like who you are? Pause. If someone asked you that out of the blue, how many of us could honestly answer, yes, right away? You look in the mirror each morning, you go to work and play the role that's expected of you. You come home and somehow become a different person altogether. You open your phone, and someone else's bright, beautiful life is right there on your screen, and quietly, a question rises up inside you. Who am I, really? You can't seem to find what you're passionate about. You don't know what your strengths are. You wonder where your true self has gone. Does it ever feel like you're living in a fog? Like your own existence is somehow unclear to you? Pause. If so, I have a story for you today. 2,500 years ago, a lone traveler came to seek out the Buddha. This traveler too had been asking the same question, what am I? One day, as the Buddha sat quietly in the shade of a tree, a traveler approached him. This man had been wandering from place to place for years. He had sought out teachers and listened to countless teachings, and still no answer had come. He knelt before the Buddha and spoke, "Venerable One, for a long time I have traveled in search of who I truly am. One teacher told me, your soul is your true self. Another said, the self does not exist at all. I no longer know what to believe. Please, tell me, what am I?" Pause. The Buddha was silent for a moment. Then, gently, he reached down and scooped up a handful of sand from the ground at his feet. "Let me ask you something," the Buddha said softly. "Look at this sand. Is it one thing or many things?" The traveler considered. It is a handful of sand, and at the same time, it is countless individual grains. The Buddha smiled. "Then if I take out a single grain, can it still be called sand?" The traveler tilted his head. "A single grain, it's hard to call it sand, and yet it is still a grain of sand." The Buddha lifted one small grain onto his fingertip and held it out for the traveler to see. "The true self you have been searching for, it is like this single grain. You are trying to reach inside yourself and pull out one unchanging core, one fixed essence. But you as a being are like this whole handful of sand. Your experiences, your memories, your emotions, the people you have known and loved, all of these have gathered together to form who you are right now. You cannot pull out just one grain and say this is the real me." The traveler's eyes went wide. The Buddha continued, "You say you want to know yourself, but the self that is doing the knowing is changing even in this very moment. Yesterday's you and today's you are no longer the same, and yet you keep searching for a self that never changes." For a long moment, the traveler could not speak. At last, with a trembling voice, he asked, "Then, am I destined to never know myself?" The Buddha shook his head, gently. "That is not what I am saying. Rather than examining each grain of sand one by one, feel the weight of the sand resting in your open palm. Feel its warmth. Simply watch as the wind carries a few grains away. To know yourself is not to define yourself. It is to observe yourself." Pause. Tears began to fall quietly from the traveler's eyes. So what was the Buddha truly trying to share through this story? Pause. In Buddhism, there is a teaching sometimes expressed as, there is no fixed, unchanging self anywhere. It may sound a little abstract at first, but in simple terms it means this. The permanent solid self you believe must be somewhere inside you, doesn't exist the way you think it does. We tend to carry an assumption with us. Somewhere deep inside there must be an essential, unchanging me. And if I could only find it, my confusion would end. But the Buddha said, that's not how it works. Think about it. Do you feel like the same person you were as a child? The things you loved back then, what frightened you, what you dreamed of becoming, they've probably changed quite a bit. That doesn't mean you've lost your way. What the Buddha showed through the image of sand is this. The self is not a thing, it is a flow. The water in a river is never the same water from one moment to the next. And yet we look at it and say, that's the same river. You are the same way. You change every single day, but that is unmistakably your life, the current of your existence. And there's something else important here. The Buddha said, observe yourself. This is different from analyzing yourself. Analysis means constructing explanations in your head, labeling yourself, I'm the type of person who does this. I tend to react that way. It's a kind of sorting, a filing system. Observation is much simpler. What am I feeling right now? What kind of waves are moving through my heart in this moment? Can I watch them without judging them as good or bad? Can I simply notice? That's all it takes. To know yourself is not to find a final answer. It is to keep holding the question and to look honestly at who you are right now, just as you are. That is what the Buddha meant when he spoke of self-knowledge. So how might we bring this teaching into our everyday lives? First, try letting go of the idea of finding yourself. This doesn't mean giving up on yourself. It simply means gently setting aside the belief that your real self is hiding somewhere, waiting to be discovered. Your true self is not out there somewhere. The person you are right now in this moment, that is already you. You, bleary-eyed in the morning, making your coffee. You, a little frustrated on the crowded train. You, watching your child sleep and feeling something quietly warm spread through your chest. All of that, every bit of it, is unmistakably you. You don't have to decide that one version of yourself is the real one while all the others are fake. Second, at the end of each day, try sitting quietly for just 5 minutes. You don't have to think about anything in particular. Just gently look back on your day. What did I feel today? When did my heart stir? Not good or bad, just a quiet looking back. This is the doorway into the kind of observation the Buddha described. At first, your mind will probably be full of noise. What about that meeting tomorrow? I still need to clean up after dinner. Thoughts like these will drift through. That's perfectly fine. The moment you notice, oh, I'm thinking about tomorrow, that noticing itself is already observation. Third, when you catch yourself comparing yourself to someone else, pause, just for a moment. I wish I were more like them. I wish I could live the way they do. When those thoughts arise, we are, without realizing it, letting our own sand slip through our fingers. We reach for someone else's sand, and in doing so, we stop treasuring what's already resting in our own palm. Your sand belongs only to you. The size of each grain, the color, the warmth, all of it is different. There's one more thing I want to share with you. The very fact that you are troubled by not knowing yourself, that in itself is something precious, because it means you are trying to face yourself honestly. So many people move through their days so quickly that they never find a moment to look inward at all. Some are so afraid of standing still that they keep running and running and running. But you have stopped, and you are asking, who am I? The Buddha never dismissed that question. He simply shifted its direction. Rather than trying to define yourself, learn to observe yourself. The answer doesn't have to come. What matters is that you keep asking, that you keep looking. That gentle, ongoing practice of turning toward yourself will slowly, quietly bring you closer to who you truly are. Before we close, I want to leave you with just one thing. You were not born to figure yourself out. You were born to live as yourself. You don't need a perfect understanding of who you are. You don't need to put every part of yourself into words. You simply live today as you. That is enough. The sand in your palm may shift a little when the wind blows, but the warmth of that sand, that warmth is yours, and yours alone. If you have grown tired from searching for yourself for so long, please, just rest your hands for a moment and let yourself simply feel who you are right now. I believe that's where the answer lives, or perhaps not an answer exactly, but something quieter and more lasting, a sense of ease, a feeling of coming home. Thank you so much for being here with me until the very end. I hope her day today is wrapped in a gentle, quiet peace. Until next time.